The following is a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.
Welcome, everyone, to Championship Wrestling. TK Todd Kennelly, James Kincaid, Blake Bulletproof Troop. Just last week, we had Levi Shapiro successfully defend his United Television title. Dubious tactics yet again.
Dubious again. Shortcuts. Levi Shapiro, no stranger to them. I think that the headline, though, has to be EJ Sparks. I mean, that was just an incredible performance by him, and he really got robbed.
Incredible performance, to be sure. Dan Joseph, the former television champion, back in action, but he's got a tall order, literally, in the Western Roughneck, Jesse James.
Jesse James is a gunslinger. We recently saw Howdy Price give him what appeared to be a business card. So I'm wondering if we're going to see members of the Price Check Ranch maybe checking in during this matchup.
How about Jack Banning and the messages we've seen from him? Ominous.
Very ominous. He's a crazy guy, man, and people like that are unpredictable, and unpredictable opponents are the most dangerous kind.
But I know we can predict great action between Snipes and Keita Murray. That match coming up and so much more here on Championship Wrestling.
Now.
Nico, we hit that.
Where
you at?
Yeah. Hey, hold on.
Hey, can I help you guys?
Who are you?
Hold on, Jamie Ivy.
Oh, I know you. Hey, my cousin Taylor does our theme song. He's trying to get signed.
Oh, okay.
And tell Jay Little call me, please.
Yo, Pose, come on, bro. We ain't here for that.
Okay, look, man. Tell Nico, you know what I'm saying, that we here. We ain't trying to wait for the 500th episode.
No.
We don't want the fireworks or the blockbuster event.
No.
We want our tag team championship shots today.
Today.
Tell Nico.
You hear all that, dude? They said they're your friends. Yeah, I mean, it sounds fun to me. All right, yeah, no, he says yes. I mean,
all right, good. Shut up. Good. You tell SoCal Distancing that the street tax is due, and we're gonna collect with them belts ASAP. Let's get out of here.
And tell Jay Little call me.
Man, what are you doing?
I'm trying to shoot my shot.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Gun Barrel City, Texas, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Western Roughneck, Jesse James!
Jesse James, one tough customer. Seen him in there with the likes of Jack Cartwright. We've seen him even on pay-per-view on Primetime Live, took on Platinum Max Caster. Of course, has gone on to sign with All Elite Wrestling. And recently, this big man got the business card of Howdy Price. We don't see Howdy out there with him now. We don't know if any sort of business decision has been made.
And introducing his opponent, from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at 207 pounds, Dan Joseph!
We continue, guys, to see this just no nonsense in the eyes of Dan Joseph. Ever since losing his television title, lost his rematch, but returned to his winning ways a couple weeks ago with a victory over a very tough and athletic Jordan Cruz. And even Dan Joseph's got a tall order here in the Western Roughneck.
Yeah, the Western Roughneck, he is as rough and tumble as they come, but you just look at Dan Joseph. Looks like he's recalibrated a little bit, and he looks ready in his own right.
Yeah, after a guy takes a loss, there's two ways they go. They go up or they go down typically. You don't see him stay stacked. Ooh, wow, right into the action.
Quick on the draw was Jesse James, coming right at Dan Joseph.
Boy, wide open shot right to the back of the neck of Dan Joseph, and I think Jesse James out here with something to prove. He knows he's in there with a former television champion, and a win here can elevate you in a big way.
Yeah, Jesse James is a gunslinger, and the way he throws that right hand around during that lariat, he takes people's heads off, and he wasted no time getting into the action.
Total control thus far. Swing and a miss there, though. Dan Joseph out of the way. Looks to... That might be a losing proposition. Trying making it physical with Jesse James. Goes to agility, though, does Dan Joseph. Takes him down with a nice standing drop kick.
You can really see a size differential difference between Jesse James and Dan Joseph. It's not massive, but if you look at Jesse James' lower half, that guy's got some solid legs and hips on him. And if he gets moving, he's definitely going to be able to run Dan Joseph over. So Dan has got to stay out of the way of him.
Sort of an interesting side of Dan Joseph, really jawing at Jesse James. We don't usually see that from Joseph. He would go right at his opponent, but now he's going after right in the corner.
Oh, look at the strength by Dan Joseph, just muscles up the Western Roughneck. It takes him pillar to post. I mean, adrenaline is flowing hot and heavy through the body of the former television champ.
Dan Joseph has been a man on a mission since losing that title to Levi Shapiro. And if he continues coming in and putting it on his opponents like this, he might have that title wrapped back around his waist in no time.
Oh, wow. Echoing off the walls of the Ocean View Pavilion.
That's what I'm saying. He's a gunslinger, and he has some serious power in that right hand.
Boy, talk about rawhide. The chest of Dan Joseph is going to be raw after these massive shots by the Western Roughneck. Incredible. I wonder, though, James, if Dan Joseph, he probably saw that attempted transaction as now the full mount and the ground and pound. Obviously, Dan Joseph has a whole lot of issues with Howdy Price and company.
I think that might be what led to Dan being so just vehement and so vocal. He has to be nonplussed about seeing the potential of Howdy Price getting involved with a competitor like Jesse James now. Probably seeing red.
No, I didn't think about that, but I always talk about guys getting emotionally charged up in there. And because of the history between Dan Joseph and Howdy Price, I'm sure that's playing a little bit of a role in why we're seeing such an aggressive Dan Joseph here on the program.
It's just heartbreaking to see Dan Joseph lose that title. He was such a fighting champion. Nice snapmare takedown right into the cover, wasting no motion. He had title defenses, did Dan Joseph, against Levi Shapiro several times, the current champion. The likes of Ice Williams, EJ Sparks, Tom Kubrick. He did it the right way. Levi Shapiro used a loaded glove.
Yeah, used a loaded glove, would use any shortcut that he could get his hand on. And, shot after shot that Levi got at Dan Joseph. It took everything to finally pry that championship away from him. Really got the short shrift, did Dan Joseph, and he is looking to stay back on the winning track now in the wake of that. But my goodness, Jesse James planting Dan Joseph, and again.
Wow, all the body weight down with that senton. That could do it. This is a fired up Jesse James and really having to put a lot of effort into kicking out. There's Dan Joseph.
Both competitors have been doing a fantastic job of chaining together several attacks, submissions, slams, or so forth, pin attempts, and it's doing a fantastic job of allowing them to really establish their offense.
Now, speaking of the reigning television champion, Levi Shapiro, we saw him in action defending the title last week, taking on EJ Sparks. Look at this big scoop by the big man. And now dropping the leg. There is Jesse James. And speaking of title matches, guys, tag team title main event still to come. Bodega challenging SoCal Distancing. Just found out that that's going to be going down. What a physical tag team title main event that looks to be.
And these two guys have been standing toe-to-toe like it's a duel at high noon.
Oh, my God.
I mean, man, these shots. What a shot right to the kisser. Dan Joseph might be out. We got to take a break. We'll be back.
Attention. If you currently do not get health insurance through your employer, or if you do not have health insurance, or if you just got divorced or married, had a baby, moved, or lost your health insurance coverage, listen closely. You are eligible for a new health care plan using Health Insurance America. A family of 4 can make up to $97,000 a year and still qualify for a new health care plan. Get coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital, dental, and vision for as little as $25 a week with copays as low as $0. Health insurance rates have nearly doubled in the last 3 years. Stop paying the rising cost of traditional major medical and learn how Health Insurance America is saving people thousands of dollars a year on their health care plans. Don't waste hours on the phone or on a government website. Talk to a live healthcare consultant right now.
Call 1-800-709-1029. That's 1-800-709-1029. 1-800-709-1029.
Welcome back, everyone. What a physical opening contest this week on Championship Wrestling. Before the break, Just a boot right to the face of Dan Joseph, who continues to fight on somehow, some way, trying to muscle over the Western Roughneck, does so after the jawbreaker. This thing has been an ugly, ugly war.
And Dan Joseph, you mentioned, showing his ability to fight on. He will pull out all the stops to win this matchup. It might not be hard to knock him down at times, but it's getting him to stay down that is the real tough proposition.
Got right to the old Boilermaker there. And now, again, a more physical Dan Joseph. And look at even beefing with the official a little bit. Dan Joseph is all kinds of fired up. Oh, another big shot. Boy, that is 2 big shots that he has eaten there, Blake.
You know, it's because he's getting distracted. He was arguing with the ref a little bit, wasn't paying attention to what was going on inside the ring. It cost him.
Cover now after the vertical suplex. That was a long way to fall off the big frame of Jesse James.
Yeah, Dan Joseph showing a little frustration, took his eye off the ball, and now is behind the 8-ball yet again against Jesse James here, and a stiff shot right to the face.
You talked about distractions. Again, you know, I got to think that Dan Joseph doesn't sleep on the fact that Howdy Price offered, you know, that business proposition. Do you think that maybe Dan Joseph's keeping his head on a swivel, maybe expecting Howdy Price?
I think if you're Dan Joseph, you have to approach almost every match with that in mind. So again, like I said, nonplussed about the fact that Howdy Price trying to insert himself into yet another situation as Jesse James takes a little bit of a tumbleweed to the outside.
Man, look at the chest there. Did you see it there, Blake, of Jesse James just wearing the scars of battle? And there you get a good look at it, man. That blood is bubbling up to the surface.
Like I said earlier, these 2 dudes have been dueling like it is the OK Corral at high noon.
Dan Joseph giving him a free autograph all over his pectoral muscles, and now going right at him on the outside. Again, this has been a real slugfest. And guys, we are just getting started.
Yeah, the amount of aggression and brutality that we are seeing here, each man giving as good as it gets, with maybe Joseph coming out the better for it. I wouldn't have pegged that in a slugfest going into this matchup.
Something that Dan Joseph needs to be careful of is they're on the outside of the ring, which means if someone like Howdy Price or Levi Shapiro comes rushing in, they're going to be able to surprise him much quicker than if you were inside the ring.
Well, and maybe even more suspicious that Jesse James rolling right back the other side to keep this match outside. Another just thudding blow. Big clubbing shot by the former television champion, who is fighting like a man possessed. Fighting like a man that lost everything important to him. And, you know, that television title, it meant so much to him. He fought so hard to get it, and now right into the steps. And down goes Dan Joseph.
Something that gives me a funny feeling is how close to the ramp these guys are. If Levi Shapiro or Howdy Price come out, they are basically right there in the middle of the battle as soon as they come down that ramp.
And you got to think, you know, that Shapiro would love to have anybody, an enforcer, perhaps the likes of Jesse James, to keep Dan Joseph away from that title and another crack at it. Here's the cover. Forearm across the face. And, I mean, look at Dan Joseph here. What's he possibly got left?
Well, I think Jesse James turned the tide in this matchup. He caught Dan Joseph in the throat and then have sent him right into those steps, and it has been all Jesse James since that point.
Something else to notice, Jesse James threw him back inside the ring and then went for a pin attempt, which means Jesse thinks that Dan Joseph is probably close to being finished.
Well, I mean, and hard to argue with him, with what Dan Joseph has been put through since the opening bell. I mean, almost before the opening bell, he got completely jumped by Jesse James, but Dan Joseph has that never say die attitude.
I was just going to say, once you think that you have Dan Joseph beaten is the time that the rug can be pulled out from under you, and Dan Joseph, time and time again, will walk out a victor.
It's because it's hard to beat a guy that won't quit, and there is not an ounce of quit in Dan Joseph. Wow.
What a snap suplex by Dan Joseph, but it took a lot out of him too. Just muscling that big man up and over and into the cover, almost puts him away. I got to think, the tendons and ligaments of Dan Joseph, just the effort to muscle him over in the suplex, they got to be screaming on the former champ as well.
He's definitely in pain. You can see him holding his back, and you can see in his facial expressions, his back is not in good place right now.
Boy, I mean, this is a fight inside the squared circle, but the physicality of this fight would be right at home in the lights out cage where you live, Blake Troop. I mean, this has been just a striking physical war.
This has been a battle, man. Like I've said several times, it has been like a duel at the OK Corral. Wow, off the top rope, big clothesline by Dan Joseph.
You see the pain, but you see the determination also still just pulsing through Dan Joseph. Can't make a cover, though.
Right in the elbow. He might have hyperextended it there with the clothesline when he made contact with Jesse James. Hard to know exactly what happened there. So a bit of a sacrifice play by Dan Joseph. And again, but got something in that chop. This is a real war of attrition. Stop Bubble City in this one. Clothesline again, but the big man will not go down, at least not for the moment. Drops levels there. Reverse suplex the other way.
So several times now, Dan Joseph has gone for somewhat higher risk maneuvers. He went for off the top rope, almost hurt his elbow a little bit. That time he went for the slam and it got reversed. I'd like to see him do a better job of using lower risk techniques.
Saw Dan Joseph just staring at that hand, just sort of trying to will his body to cooperate so he can win this match. Going for a drop kick now, using those lower extremities. Might not be able to give as good as he gets with his arms anymore, but he can use those legs. He can use his whole body, can Dan Joseph.
He was looking for the instant replay, that DDT, but now the feet were on the ropes for the 1, 2, 3, a reversal of
Here is
fortune.
your winner, Jesse James.
Wow, what a physical battle. We take a look back at the action brought to you by Primetime Live, each and every week live on pay-per-view. And these two aren't done. Now a verbal war here, guys.
Yeah, still jawing at one another. What an incredible battle that was, though. The proverbial walloping melee between those two. Dan Joseph showing a lot of frustration.
That's what you call big on big, tough on tough. That was a physical war, but a frustrating loss for Dan Joseph just when it looked like the former champ had gotten some of that all-important momentum back.
And it's at the hands of another one of Howdy Price's guys. God, that's got to hurt Dan Joseph.
Boy, the frustration palpable here, guys, for the former champion. We'll be back with more action. What a way to kick things off.
Mary and Shirley both need oxygen. Shirley lost her freedom the day she went on oxygen, but Mary has the ultra-compact Inogen 1 G4 oxygen concentrator from Inogen. It's the smallest and lightest model we've ever made. Shirley is forced to miss out on everyday activities. Mary fully enjoys her life. Shirley has to wait for tank deliveries and worries about running out of oxygen. But Mary's Inogen 1 G4 makes its own oxygen, so she'll always have the oxygen she needs anytime, anywhere. Shirley finally listened to Mary and now has more freedom too. It's time for you to reclaim your freedom and independence with the Inogen 1 G4. Act now to start your 30-day risk-free trial. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait and don't accept substitutions. The sooner you call, the sooner you can say goodbye to heavy oxygen tanks for good and reclaim the freedom and independence you deserve. Call now for your 30-day risk-free trial.
Call 800-721-9328. That's 800-721-9328.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 185 pounds, Jack Cartwright.
Jack Cartwright set for action. Last time we saw him was in a tough one with Jesse James. Jesse James putting the boots to him after the matchup, and coming in for the save was the Neon Phenomenon, who's kind of taking this youngster under his wing a bit. On Flex with the mic. That's just always a great idea. See Flex McCallion along with Richie Slade, collectively beef candy.
Still don't know what that means.
No Maria Starr and our affiliate in Memphis, Championship Wrestling. Big fan of beef candy.
Well, if you can reach one person, Tom.
Boom!
It was sarcastic.
Introducing from Gaines Pasture. He weighs in at 4.5 slabs of pure beef. He is Everlasting Richie Slade.
All right, there we go. The gets the intro from Flex McCallion. And guys, I got to tell you, we're heading towards episode 500 of Championship Wrestling, and we know that now that Richie Slade will tangle, Jordan Clearwater is going to get the match that he wants, Blake. But one of the rules was that between now and episode 500, that Clearwater, who of course is the Heritage Champion now, cannot put his hands on Richie Slade. Slade with a big right hand in the early going of this one. And we're told now, Blake, even more so, that's a vendetta to be sure, but now that match, Clearwater will be defending the Heritage title on episode 500 against his nemesis in Richie Slade of Beef Candy.
I feel very confident in Jordan Clearwater's chances in that matchup. I felt like he was beating on Richie Slade. He's having fun in there.
What is going on? I mean, you saw Cartwright actually before the match started. What a drop kick set. Are we going to wrestle? Cartwright will oblige.
It's usually Cartwright that has one or two extra flips in there. But we saw it from Richie Slade. Full head of steam in the corner. Reversal there by Richie Slade. Man, look at this fast-paced action here and sending Cartwright to the outside.
What landed hard, he's clutching at that left leg is Cartwright. I was just going to say, I'm impressed with the athleticism that he is showing and that focus. That, like you said, maybe the neon phenomenon having an effect. But Richie Slade going right after that leg.
Taking advantage of that, Blake. I mean, it's got a bullseye on it. Your thoughts on capitalizing on such a thing when your opponent's injured?
I mean, if you're in there to win, I think that it's the right thing to do, but I don't like the way that he went about injuring that or taking advantage of it in a cheap way.
Oh, look at this. Protecting the face. Not the face, but man, look at that corkscrew into the press. And Cartwright coming real close.
On one wheel, he was able to pull that out. Again, I'm just so impressed with Cartwright, time in and time out. You got to believe the results are going to start coming for him in short order.
Really an amazing athlete. Recently went out and competed for FSW in Las Vegas as well. Sweep the leg and now perhaps put him in a body bag. Look out here. I think he was maybe looking for that candy clutch.
Yeah, it looked like that's what he was going for, but Cartwright's savvy enough to get to that rope, but now he's getting dragged right back to the middle of the ring. Slade says maybe the second time will work better.
See, I'm trying to almost hyperextend the knee there. Put some type of pressure on that knee that's already injured.
Well, and if you do that, that's certainly going to take the high-flying antics away from Jack Cartwright. And, I mean, obviously that is, predominantly his offense and defense, really, is the agility in the legs. Suplex by Richie Slade of Beef Candy. Looking to put him away. Again, are we looking perhaps at the next Heritage Champion?
So I always say that it's better to have wheels than guns, but for a guy like Jack Cartwright, his wheels are his guns. So he's losing a lot of his offense as this leg's being beat on.
Excellent point. Double trouble right now for Cartwright, who reverses, but the momentum pulled Slade through. And an aggressive Slade, because Slade doesn't want to lose any momentum going into that big matchup with the Golden Boy at episode 500.
Yeah, absolutely not, and he's looking to slow down Cartwright right now. I think Slade maybe looked past Jack a little bit here, and that is a losing proposition if he's not careful, as Cartwright is showing him right now.
The leg gave out again, though. He really is a one-legged man here, Blake, talking about Jack Cartwright. Beautiful drop kick by Slade. Immediately into the cover. He wants to get out of here with a victory, but Cartwright continues to dig down deep.
He might only have one actual leg working, but that's about all of his offense that's being nullified right now by taking that leg out of the equation.
Again, another attempt here to hyperextend the knee. And those ligaments have got to be screaming here and make a wish as well.
I'd like to see him use an up kick. There it was. Beautiful up kick by Jack Cartwright to get out of that position.
At a certain point, Cartwright has got to know that discretion is the better part of valor here. How much damage can he take and keep going, not only in this match, but maybe moving forward? He doesn't want to, sustain an injury that's going to impact him moving beyond this, but look at him going for the victory here.
Can he do
power!
It? Wow, muscles him up into the suplex with the bridge. And if he had held on for a fraction of a second more, he would have gotten the win, guys.
Feeling betrayed. He's just looking at that left leg and just feeling like, why now? I had the victory in my grasp. He is trying to throw anything he can, forcing himself up to that second rope.
It's going to be hard to balance here, though, with an injured leg, guys, and that's not going to help. He landed on his feet, but again, the knee buckles, the leg buckles, Flex getting illegally involved and kicking the leg right out from under Cartwright, and now trying to cinch him up here, guys. Candy clutch time. There it is, locked in, center of the ring.
Yeah, that is a brutal, impressive submission right there. Oh, he's wrenching.
Here is your winner, Richie Slade.
Yeah, Slade held that on a few extra seconds.
Yeah.
No call for that.
Rubbing it in a little bit too much.
And now, take a look back here. Flex getting involved, guys. The replay brought to you. Oh, no, right back into the action. Come on, not again. This kid has so much heart. He fights with everything he's got, and he continues. What, does he have a target on him? Why does he keep getting attacked after match?
Completely unnecessary. God, poor Jack Cartwright.
Here we go now. We got the gun boy.
You better back up. Because until episode 500, you can't touch this. You can't touch this. So right now you're just going to have to what?
That was one of the provisions by Jamie Iovine. They cannot get physical before episode 500. I mean, his hands are tied here.
Clearwater can't risk the repercussions
That's
of
right.
if he breaks that
Defenseless,
stipulation.
huh?
We don't know what could happen. Could he be, Anthony Idol doesn't have any hands tied.
And look at him scurry.
We got
Look at
places
Beef
to be.
Candy scurry.
We got places to be, baby.
They don't want any
Candy,
part
baby.
of the neon phenomenon.
Here you go.
You might have a sugar low right now, man.
Yeah.
And
You need that, Idol. Why don't you take it?
Idol continues to show respect for
We're
this
gonna take that
youngster,
belt, baby.
Jack
It's
Cartwright.
guaranteed.
But we've got a date with Destiny coming up between Richie Slade and Clearwater. We'll be back with more right after this.
Candy stones.
Not too talkative today, are you, Jack?
Tired of this.
The battle has never been about good versus evil, or left versus right. The battle has always been about the haves versus the have-nots.
That's the only industry that will hire me, and as long as I need money to eat,
The privileged few versus the many at the bottom.
I have to fight people.
I refuse to be a bottom feeder any longer.
Mary and Shirley both need oxygen. Shirley lost her freedom the day she went on oxygen, but Mary has the ultra-compact Inogen 1 G4 oxygen concentrator from Inogen. It's the smallest and lightest model we've ever made. Shirley is forced to miss out on everyday activities. Mary fully enjoys her life. Shirley has to wait for tank deliveries and worries about running out of oxygen. But Mary's Inogen 1 G4 makes its own oxygen, so she'll always have the oxygen she needs anytime, anywhere. Shirley finally listened to Mary and now has more freedom too. It's time for you to reclaim your freedom and independence with the Inogen 1 G4. Act now to start your 30-day risk-free trial. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait and don't accept substitutions. The sooner you call, the sooner you can say goodbye to heavy oxygen tanks for good and reclaim the freedom and independence you deserve. Call now for your 30-day risk-free trial.
Call 800-721-9328. That's 800-721-9328.
Oh my God, Heather, what have we done? I mean, maybe I should have called Jamie back. I don't know what he's doing. And what is he doing with Nico now? I mean, God, do you see the way CC Chanel hit me the week before? She's going to kill me, and then Ruby's just going to kill me in that ring. I don't want to lose anything for you, Heather. I can't.
Hey! Get it together! This is for the women's belt!
You're right. You're right. You're right. Oh my God, Heather, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
As you know, we have a match against CC Chanel and Ruby Reyes, and they are trying to take away our women's belt, the belt that we worked so hard to create. But we are not going to let that happen, are we?
No.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I ask again. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Squats?
Yes.
What?
Yes, all you have to do is down here, and then it's like you're sitting in a chair, okay? You want a 90-degree angle, okay? Go.
Got my back.
Come on.
Here we go. Did you hear a pop?
Oh my God, it looks like you're...
Oh.
Woo! We got some work to
Mother's
do.
knees are popping. Come on. Oh, God. Oh. Whoo. Whoo. I like upright. There we go.
$455. 456, 457, 458. Keep going!
Oh, God.
I lost count. 1.
Oh, God.
Come on, Hal. You got it. You got it. You can do it. You can. Come on, one more.
Is this how they get abs? I have one good
yes.
one. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, God.
I know what to do.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 205 pounds, Snipes.
Get set for action here on Championship Wrestling. Snipes, certainly not lacking confidence. Actor, athlete, and bringing it all to the table here at Championship Wrestling.
And introducing his opponent, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 193 pounds, Keita Murray.
Opposition for Snipes is Keita Murray, with a newfound confidence and seriousness as well. Getting back to his roots, Keita, named after an African king, and Keita likes to refer to himself as the key to success.
Yeah, named after an African king, that namesake Keita, and he sees himself as a king in professional wrestling. Will look to prove it right now against Snipes.
Two great young stars, the United Wrestling Network, competing under the bright lights here in Hollywood.
Bring it down.
Bell sounds, here we go, set for action.
As you mentioned, Keita was named after an African king, but you got Snipes on the other hand, who's trained under the legendary Gangrel. And man, he comes out of a fantastic camp. Keita's gonna have his hands full tonight with Snipes.
Some mutual respect, or so we thought. Turns it into a roll-up. Victory is hard to come by here in the ultra-competitive United Wrestling Network. Keita tried to catch him in the early going. Likewise now does Snipes. You're right, though. Snipes trained by the Vampire Warrior Gangrel, and he has mastered and utilizes Gangrel's own Impaler DDT to put opponents away if he gets the opportunity. Nice Japanese arm drag there by Snipes. Follows up, arm drag the other way, keeping Keita Murray off balance.
Yeah, Keita came out and kind of did that little cheap move and low pin attempt. That kind of cheap little move. He came out pretending like he was going to handshake, spun him around and went for the schoolboy. And look how he got Snipes a little bit, I don't know if I'd say angry, but motivated to come out here and start putting work on Keita.
Keita might have taken one right to the mush.
Yeah, looking for the timeout there on the outside. Caught Snipes. Oh my goodness! Face first down onto the apron.
Turnabout's fair play. And now it was Snipes that hit hard and heavy on the apron. Keita back inside. Drop kick. And taking over the advantage in this matchup. This thing has been a sprint since the opening bell. Great competition as we knew it would be.
Keita's very good at finding little ways to get himself ahead. Early on, it was that handshake fake, spinning him around and go for the roll-up. And that another time, it was where he pulled his foot off on the apron. Keita's going to continue to probably use these cheap little tricks to get ahead.
I think Keita, though, might have wasted a little time there. I think he had Snipes absolutely rocked and does so again. He calls that the money clip, that bang-bang play of the jawbreaker into the up kick, and almost puts him away.
Yeah, I mean, there has been brashness to go around from both these competitors and a lot of athleticism to boot. I mean, this has just been a pretty even affair, but now with Keita in the pole position here, maybe using some slightly questionable tactics there. Certainly that proverbial mean streak on display.
Shots upstairs, downstairs here.
All over
Snipes
the
has
map.
got to get himself out of this corner. If he continues to stay in the corner like that, he's going to eat shots. He's lucky that the referee helped get him out there.
That was some serious punches and bunches in the corner, and now a shot upstairs by Keita. But man, I'll tell you, this Snipes is a big, strong athlete, and looking to counter here. It can cause a lot of damage if he could score with the superplex, guys.
Keita was able to counter that takedown by hanging onto the ropes. He was able to stop Hypes from being... Whoa, beautiful counter there off the top rope by
Sure is.
Keita.
He calls that the key to the city. That suplex out of the corner. Close call, and you can see Keita's starting to wonder what's it going to take.
As close as it comes. I thought that would be all for Snipes. Keita Murray, though, is going to follow up here, perhaps looking for that Tiger Powerbomb.
He's got his hands locked. He's got a pretty good grip here.
Got that double underhook. Uh-oh. Might have him, thought he was going to maybe look to lock in that impaler. But turning around, and boy, both jockeying for position. Who's going to get the better of the scramble? Swing and a miss upstairs, but Snipes connects. Down goes Keita.
Incredible athletic ability by both guys. They're winging head kicks, big slams.
Oh, here it is. Might be time to put the nail in the coffin. Was looking for the impaler. Rolled up the other way, though, Blake.
Wow, beautiful side kick to the chin. I thought we were about to see that impaler DDT by Snipes. Keita got himself out of it and has thrown several big counterattacks since then. A swing and a miss, though.
Nobody home for the running knee. This has been real physical. Look out here. There it is. Elevated impaler into the cover. Gets it done.
Just tremendous.
Here is your winner,
Man, that could
Snipes.
That could have been anybody's game. Snipes was able to capitalize and get the 3 count after the impaler DDT.
Two extremely well-matched competitors going toe-to-toe, but the impaler buries Keita Murray this time out. We'll see you with more action coming up right after this.
Attention. If you currently do not get health insurance through your employer, or if you do not have health insurance, or if you just got divorced or married, had a baby, moved, or lost your health insurance coverage, listen closely. You are eligible for a new health care plan using Health Insurance America. A family of 4 can make up to $97,000 a year and still qualify for a new health care plan. Get coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital, dental, and vision for as little as $25 a week with copays as low as $0. Health insurance rates have nearly doubled in the last 3 years. Stop paying the rising cost of traditional major medical and learn how Health Insurance America is saving people thousands of dollars a year on their health care plans. Don't waste hours on the phone or on a government website. Talk to a live healthcare consultant right now.
Call 1-800-709-1029. That's 1-800-709-1029. 1-800-709-1029.
It is main event time here on Championship Wrestling. Often we hear the bodega say that they're hungry. Papoesco says that he's starving. They've been starving for this championship opportunity in the tag team division. They talked to Jamie Iovine at the top of the program, asking you shall receive.
The table's been set. Let's get to the main course. The bodega, they look ready to cash in.
And here come the reigning champions. SoCal Distancing, always an uneasy feeling. And whether you see Andy Brown handing that title over, that is not Adrian Quest, his normal tag team championship partner. We saw that Dom Kubrick, instrumental before in the changing of the guard when it comes to the Heritage title. And now I guess he's earned this opportunity to represent SoCal Distancing as one half of the tag team champions in this main event. So again, more questions than answers for this group.
SoCal Distancing always has us wondering what they're going to do next. You can never predict what they're going to do. And today they came out with Dom Kubrick instead of Adrian Quest. They're just so hard to prepare for.
Changing it up. And here we go. Set the stage for our main event. Ring announcer Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 481 pounds, the King Fat Boy, Papo Esco, and Danny Limelight Rivera, the Bodega.
King Fat Boy!
And introducing their opponents. At a combined weight of 375 pounds. They are the United World Tag Team Champions, Dom Kubrick, and the last of a dying breed, Andy Brown, SoCal Distancing.
There you have it. That will be the roster for the tag team champions this time out. Currently, SoCal Distancing able to employ the age-old Freebird rule, and then it just makes it tough for your opponents. You got to believe Bodega has been targeting the tag team champions of Andy Brown and Adrian Quest. Now they have to prepare for Dom Kubrick as well, and that's tough to do. As you guys both know, Kubrick is very unorthodox.
Incredibly unorthodox, and he had a phenomenal showing on Primetime Live.
Oh, look out here.
TV champion Dan Joseph.
Roll up the other way. Both teams looking for the quick victory. Swing and a miss. Nice block there by Danny Limelight Rivera, who has been everywhere you want to be. Upstairs, you've seen him on Primetime Live, AEW, all over the place. But a fixture right here on Championship Wrestling, looking for tag team gold. Single leg pick. Man, what action to kick things off.
Both teams have their smaller teammate in right now, and these guys have been doing a fantastic job of quick, agile transitioning and chain wrestling. This is beautiful.
Oh, look at that beautiful standing Spanish fly by Danny Limelight. Yeah, excellent point. And a lot of great teams really have that recipe. I think the likes of, the Hart Foundation of Tully and Arn, the Enforcer, and the technical or more high-paced wrestler has been a winning combination. Both these teams have it, to Blake's point. And now look at this. We're going to see the continuity on display here, James. But out the back door goes Danny Limelight.
Able to slip out the back door. Now the big man, Papo, they were going to try and bring him in the hard way. Papo said nix to that, and now he's in, and he is in control for the Bodega.
Papo isn't coming in unless he wants to come in.
Something worth noting is each team has a bigger guy and a smaller guy, but the bigger guy on Bodega is bigger, and the smaller, faster guy on Bodega is also smaller and faster. I wonder if that's going to come into play.
We'll see. Right now, power is coming into play in a big way, but they took out the wheel of the big man. Sound strategy there by Andy Brown, because Papo Esco had been dominant since tagging in, and now in the wrong part of town where they can try and double team and wear down the big guy.
That's a fantastic strategy, because Papo Esco is a big boy and he can take a shot. It's going to take both these guys to take him on.
Look at the power, though, again. Big choke slam and anguish all over the face of Dom Kubrick, who's paying the price. In there, you can get anything you want at the Bodega, including a beatdown.
Yeah, and he is paying the toll. That little withdrawal fee at the Bodega is Dom Kubrick. Now Limelight back in using that speed. They say it kills, and Papo Esco and Danny Limelight cover two. Thought we had new tag team champions coming there, but the Bodega have really gelled together very quickly and have impressed a lot of people, hence earning this tag team championship match, as we see another tag in to Papo Esco. So it is going to be power against the lighter and, again, unorthodox Dom Kubrick.
But look at these frequent tags here, though, Blake, staying fresh. They're really making Kubrick pay the price, and now they've got the makings, sending him for a little trip to the corner store. There it is. Got him pinned down, nowhere to go but down. If he can free himself, Limelight's going to help him that way, right into the cover. Almost puts him away to win the titles.
Yeah, the Bodega was getting them back for some of that early 2-on-1 that they were getting against Papo Esco. They're putting it on Dom Kubrick in the corner.
Tag is made, though. The champion's trying to get back into this thing. Look at the elevation. That flight should come with peanuts in a movie. Frequent flyer miles into the cover. Andy Brown back in control.
Attention. If you currently do not get health insurance through your employer, or if you do not have health insurance, or if you just got divorced or married, had a baby, moved, or lost your health insurance coverage, listen closely. You are eligible for a new health care plan using Health Insurance America. A family of 4 can make up to $97,000 a year and still qualify for a new health care plan. Get coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital, dental, and vision for as little as $25 a week, with copays as low as $0. Health insurance rates have nearly doubled in the last 3 years. Stop paying the rising cost of traditional major medical and learn how Health Insurance America is saving people thousands of dollars a year on their health care plans. Don't waste hours on the phone or on a government website. Talk to a live health care consultant right now.
Call 1-800-709-1029. That's 1-800-709-1029. 1-800-709-1029.
Come on, Red. Come on.
Welcome back, everyone, to our main event for the United Tag Team titles. This is what we've seen all throughout the break. SoCal distancing, punishing Danny Limelight.
Yeah, you know, in SoCal distancing, I mean, you look at the fact that it is not Adrian Quest and there is Dom Kubrick. They know how to keep a team off balance, and you alluded to it, Todd, and so did you, Blake, about that. You know, Bodega is preparing for a different SoCal distancing.
Excellent point, and a real X factor in this matchup, Blake, I really have to believe, is the striking, the lethal striking of Andy Brown. Set up Kubrick with the striking. Now nice belly-to-back suplex into the cover, looking to retain and earn his keep in SoCal distancing.
So like you mentioned, Andy Brown has some fantastic striking, and I'm really interested to see how Papos Esco's chin holds up to Andy Brown's striking, because Andy has put some people on his back. But we've seen Papo take some serious shots. Dom Kubrick here has a good choke. He's under the chin. He's actually got a pretty solid choke in here. He doesn't have control of Danny Limelight's body, though.
Wrenching that choke in and making the tag to Andy Brown. You don't see that too often.
Andy Limelight had to carry all the body weight of Kubrick there for a second as well. Scoop and a slam. And we'll see what Uptown Andy Brown has in mind here, looking to go downtown. Goes downtown all the way to the bodega.
He went to the wrong part of town, I think.
You better watch out or you're going to pay the street tax.
You're going to get hurt.
Well, paying the street tax right now is Danny Limelight. Look at this. Double teaming, great continuity, orchestrating a great game plan.
You're going to get yours, partner. Don't worry.
You know, the bodega, they demanded this shot right away, and it may come back. You know, it's the old adage, be careful what you wish for. A monkey paw wish coming from the bodega maybe, because right now it looks like it is all SoCal distancing. Dom Kubrick launching himself into Limelight in the corner.
We've seen how impressive Kubrick can be as well. Fans of Primetime Live, as you see that nice basement drop kick into the cover. Kubrick gave the then television champion, Dan Joseph, an incredible main event run for his money, and now maintaining control of this matchup, Blake.
Yeah, what a fantastic matchup that was with Dan Joseph over on Primetime Live. I'd like to see them put Danny back on the ground and try and double team him a little bit more, because if he's able to get over and get a tag to Papo Esco, this could start changing the matchup.
Yikes, look at the eyes of Danny Limelight. Looking very strange there after that beautiful rolling, spinning neck breaker. James, I mean, moves so well, and right now, Danny Limelight's got to find a way to get to his corner.
Yeah, I mean, you start to see the lights go out, but hey, cover. What a counter by Danny Limelight, but he has got to get to Papo Esco if Bodega wants to stay in this match and have any hopes of prying those tag team championships off of SoCal distancing.
All tied up right now and pulling them right back into the corner, right back into the tag. So we question perhaps, you know, the switch up in the roster. It's paying dividends right now for the tag team champions.
Dom Kubrick did a fantastic job of latching onto Danny Limelight's hips and preventing him from getting over to the corner to Papo Esco. Because like we've mentioned several times, if Danny can get over to this, could really start changing the matchup.
Ooh, dive, looking for the salvation of the corner. Got caught. Now, speaking about getting caught, how about that swinging tornado DDT? Oh, you saw he kind of rolled. Do I go for the cover? Do I go for the tag? I think tagging the big man is where the smart money is.
And he's got his foot, though. Limelight's still able to make the tag to Esco, and now he is well rested. Back body drop to Dom Kubrick, clothesline to Andy Brown. Papo taking control of this matchup in a big way.
Get ready for the all-you-can-eat brutal buffet, courtesy of Papo Esco. Look at him just muscling up. Dom Kubrick into the corner, not where you want to be. All that body weight, and more of the same now for Andy Brown. Serving up sandwiches here at the bodega, and that's the street sweeper.
Yeah, Papo has come in and completely changed the energy of this matchup, and that's one of the big things that the bodega has is because wow, what a big, I'm not even sure what to call that.
Into the cover now. Is that going to be it? Is that going to be? Oh my God! He kicked the referee right in the face. What in the world?
Oh my God! Somebody's got to get some help out for the referee. Completely uncalled for. You could hear that just reverberating off the rafters.
I mean, the bodega guys.
They had it won.
Yeah, they were going to make history, and now a low blow to the big man. That's one way to take him down. COD, concussion on delivery. This thing falling apart in a hurry.
Hey, Andy Brown has been throwing some bombs in there. The referee, Papa Wesco, and now Danny Limelight.
Did you hear those words by Andy Brown saying Hollywood is burning down? And now the light's completely out here, guys. We can't see anything. Our monitor's completely dark. And now the light's back on, and Andy Brown I figured this was a SoCal distancing trick or sorts. Andy Brown seems confused. Do we have the man here going to be official again? Oh, no! Oh, it's the man, all right! It's the man, all right! It's Ray Rosas! Wear it down in the stripes. I love it. A little trick out of the playbook of SoCal distancing. And he's all over Kubrick.
He is lighting them both up. What a super kick from Ray Rosas.
Wow, out of nowhere, he is giving SoCal distancing a taste of their own medicine.
Sure are. And now, hold on. Oh, no, look out here. Here comes Miguel. Here comes the big man. And a big, like a bear paw. Just taking, like a Kodiak bear taking out Ray Rosas.
Swatted Ray Rosas down. You're right. That was just like a bear claw coming down on him. And now, once again, I mean, how many ways is this going to keep swaying back and forth? This is just mayhem right now.
Look out here. BHK. BHK now all over. Miguel holding on for dear life. Goes upstairs. The big man's rocking. He's reeling.
Extension.
Is he going to go down? How about BHK, Kevin Martinson, another United original along with Ray Rosas, standing up to SoCal distancing, trying to get the big man up and over. Can they do it? Herculean effort, and they do.
How about the teamwork from Martinson and Rosas there? Oh, but Miguel is still on his feet. Good Lord.
This isn't a man, it's a monster, Blake.
Yeah, this is a big boy. And you got to start wondering, where's Andy Brown? You don't want to get him coming blindsiding somebody from behind.
And now Rosas has got him hooked, as does Kevin Martz. No, they can't. Can they? No way. Suplex. And now, it's the man.
Oh.
It's the man with that crowbar.
This time, not Ray Rosas. It is the real McCoy. It is the man. My God, taking them both down. Crowbar to the back of both men.
Again, what started, and watch out, Danny Limelight, don't turn around. You're not going to like the view. Look out here. Slice Boogie, whose side is he on? He's got the crowbar. What a shot. What a shot to Andy Brown. Oh,
straight to the cranium of Andy Brown. He's got to be out, but we don't have an official.
I think now the original official back in action here. Didn't see any of the shenanigans. History made.
Wow, what a main event.
Here are your winners and new United World Tag Team Champions, the Bodega.
I'm not exactly sure what we just saw, but I know one thing. We've got new United Tag Team Champions, the Bodega, somehow making history. A lot of moving parts. We'll see you next week. Unbelievable.